Through you, Chairman, if I may, I'd like to hand over to officers to talk about consultation side things.
Excuse me, Chair, as a point of order, this is a ridiculous procedure. I'm very sorry, it's a ridiculous procedure that you have one proposal from one councillor and then you don't allow any answers to that.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm sorry, it's a ridiculous procedure that you're in. You can't get to a conclusion.
Excuse me. Firstly, Councillor Monroe, please. Firstly, Mr. Sloan, you are not a member of the committee. You are no longer a member of the council. Please, you are a member of the public. The public are here to listen to the deliberations of the committee, the officers and the councillors.
I'm not criticising the council.
Thank you very much.
I'm criticising the procedure that you are adopting.
Thank you very much indeed.
Chairman, just could I just ask
the new relationship with
citizens, just a procedural point, if I may.
Yes,
Councillor Moore just made her presentation. There's going to be some answers now to that presentation. Within the procedure, could we, each of us, then come back?
Yes, of course.
At that stage.
Councillor Rams, could you deal with this yourself initially as a cabinet member? No, you're handing over to her. Thank you very much.
Councillor Moore, thank you for the consultation. The Council has adhered to all its statutory obligations with regard to consultation. In addition to that, it's also adhered to its democratic requirements with regard to going through its own constitutional requirements and procedures. In addition, officers and indeed myself have been available to councils to ask questions with regard to the contract and transparency, and we have sessions which we have discussed elements of the contract, whether they relate to legal, financial and technical elements, in order to give assurance to the councillors with regard to the content of their contract. In addition, we've had one-on-one sessions where they have been requested to go through elements of the contract, and I have met with councillors either at the council offices or our own offices, indeed to go through those requirements. So to answer that element of the issues that you've raised, and I think the councillors would like to respond with the other features, but I know that is a specific issue which I hope I've addressed there.
Before that happens, thank you for that, and I appreciate the very technical answer. What I'm getting at from the member perspective is the decision whether the decision to take the council down quite a different route, and the issues around consultation about concept as well as the detail. And with all due respect to yourself as an expert officer being involved in the letting, it is a political decision, and that's really why I was asking the question in the way I was.
Exactly. Councillor Thomas.
Chairman, the legal advisors confirmed we have followed all statutory consultations that we've had to do. We've done, and we've gone about this in the right way. In terms of consultation and political decision, I take that point, and we've made political decisions to run the services in this way. And we do consult in the budget and consultations, and from that we've got what is important to people, and they want council tax to be kept down, and they want frontline services to be protected, and this is yes, it is by going after this contract. That's what we've been trying to do actually.
No, what we want is power to the user. Just what Councillor Lucanis wants.
If he saw what was coming, why did he tell Mrs. Salinger he's not closing the library?
What people want, and we have been elected to run this council. Now, people behind me might think, it's undemocratic, but I would argue it's undemocratic for 0.01% population to turn up here and say that what they want should be done.
One resident that supports one pilot programme, you know that. Only 4 years.
You lied to your own councillors on your own party.
Chairman, I won't have members of the public accuse councillors of lying.
Yes.
He's just accused of
Councillor Salinger said you lied. She walked home. He said it in council. You can have me arrested.
I'd like to repeat to the gallery, to those members who are speaking, that we have listened to the comments earlier
4 years.
in silence. Now, please have the courtesy, and the arrangements for these committee meetings is that the gallery is here to listen to the
No, we're not. We're
proceedings.
there to dialogue with you.
Not to participate in
But
these
you are there to
proceedings.
serve us.
Is not
not me.
to participate in these proceedings this evening. So if I could very much ask you yet again to please allow the councillors to give their answers, listen to the answers. I'm sorry if you don't always agree with the answers, but please listen to the answers. Allow the committee to listen to the answers
No,
of
let
the
them actually
elected
answer
members. Thank you very much indeed. Councillor Thomas.
So that's my response regarding consultation. Chair. I will only add as well, with regards to the contract and KPIs, well, yes, there is areas of business the council operates in, not just this contract, but in all sorts of things where there is exempt information. And there is a reason for that, and that is not to put the council or the taxpayer by default into a disadvantage, either whether it be with suppliers or with all sorts of reasons. But it is our intention to publish this contract in the very near future. I'm not going to give a date or a deadline, but certainly we will be saying to officers we want this published as soon as possible. There will be, as there are with all the contracts that we've signed, including contracts that have been signed by opposition parties when they ran the council, that will be commercially sensitive and will be redacted. But as we were one of the first councils to publish our spending, we will also publish as much as we can regarding this contract. And the fail-safe is that whilst some people might not like who's been elected to run the council, councillors of all parties will still be able to look at all the contracts. And that's part
Not
of
the
our
business
job,
part.
to do that on behalf of the people of this borough.
Not the business part.
Councillor Moore, does that satisfy your initial?
I think we will not agree about the concept of consultation and whether actually standing on a platform which didn't include explicit reference actually gives you mandate. But I think we've exhausted that one, I suspect, because we will always disagree on that.
Now, if I could, I would like to try and bring the officers in now. I'd like to bring the officers.
Actually, forgive me, Chair. I did raise particular issues around risk and guarantee of savings, and we can come back to some of those in detailed questions.
If we can come back and detail the questions. Now, I'd like to bring the officers in now, and the first person who I'd like to ask questions is Councillor Palmer.
Yeah, I see. And I can ask questions to the officer. Well, and also emanating, I'm not sure this procedure is getting me a bit confused. This is democracy going too far, I think. The main point I